issues, or do we know what was happening? Okie dokie. I just figured since I saw Dubs was here, I would ask. What?
I'm gonna ask our support why it's not working as well right now too. So I'm gonna get back to you guys with an answer as soon as I can. Give me 1 second.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Top roll, God speaking.
What's going on? Yeah, I'm adding snow. Got him. Cool. And sorry about that, everybody. We are back, looking good, and finally, our connection is looking stable. There were some slight technical issues, but we are going to be underway.
Yeah, a little bit of issues there to start us off, but hopefully it should all be sorted. We should be able to get into this. I don't think the stream was live at all before, so I think none of the introductions that we had were valid, but that's okay. We are here now. Hopefully it'll be smooth from here on.
Absolutely. And so we are going to be getting the coin flip underway in just a few seconds with Kelazhur calling heads, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just reading back stuff. It is in the party chat. Yep. Kella called heads. Rock on.
Awesome. All right. So we should begin the coin flip done right about now.
So the coin flip is underway. Again, Kelazhur did call heads, and Botvinnik did get tails, indeed. And it's tails.
All right. So Botvinnik will get first, highest seed rather. So he will get first veto. Cool. So we should get these vetoes underway fairly soon here, and hopefully jump straight into the match. Cool.
Absolutely. It is 2:30 right now. We are getting everything underway. Again, a little bit late, but we, again, had some technical issues and we're working past it. So thank you for your patience, everybody. I guess that would be one way to put it.
Yeah, patience is very much appreciated here. But we will be heading into this. Also, thank you very much for Hitbox for hosting the event and sponsoring it, as well as, well, this is pretty much all thanks to them at this point for helping us run this show match. So, yeah, awesome. We have a platform for it. So thank you to Hitbox.
Absolutely. And they're definitely, I mean, just the overall construction of the site is pretty nice, all running off of HTML5. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure how that affects it, only because I'm not super programming savvy, unfortunately. But again, the cool thing is that you can definitely add in GIFs, images, selfies, all in chat. You can do make polls, makes things super interactive, and they're brand new. They're still growing, so this is definitely the best time to hop on a Hitbox hype train.
Hell yeah. Obviously fairly new here, as you mentioned, Hitbox still. Have a couple of names that already stream on Hitbox, so, well, they are definitely growing. That is a fact, and, well, we are here on their platforms, so let's see how this goes, as, yeah, I really do like Hitbox platform, I must say. All running off that HTML5, as you mentioned.
It's a best of 5, so we're gonna veto down to 1, and then winner or loser picks. Are we doing that?
I suppose. I'm not sure. It is a best of 7, so I don't think there should be any vetoes. I think it's just map picks right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Your veto.
Oh yeah. I guess we veto down to 1 map and then losers pick. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not sure what format we're doing though.
Yeah, cool. Oh yeah, so veto. It's best of 7. So instead of, yeah, since we are just way apparently that is a little bit disorganized, but it's okay. No, it's not veto first touchdown, second turn. AB. Yeah, we're just everything underway, getting all the maps, not order to play in. What? Okay, so our current leader, you guys do the maps you don't want to play on.
All right. So apparently we're doing it like vetoes go A B A B. Then we veto down to the one map that they want to play as the first map, but then we go losers pick from then on. So I guess that's how it's working here. We were originally just going to have map picks, and so far it looks like the players just want to play a kind of standard-ish series here, as well, Dust Owls and Frozen were the two chosen maps here.
Yeah, I mean, once we're getting the players organized, so
yeah.
That's all good, and we are underway, looking good. Invader gets picked, actually.
Yeah, like Arena and Invader going out so far as well. Could see them obviously later on in the series. It is a best of 7, so could see all the maps here come into play. If it does go to the 7 games, which we are hoping for, would be a nice result of the series. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, honestly, I assumed we were going to see Endion getting vetoed here. Because keep in mind, guys, this is a TVT, so it's going to be quite, I mean, interesting. It can definitely, things can change in a split second, is the point of that. But at the same time, it could be quite a close one.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see though as these videos are underway. But well, let's talk about these players a little bit, because everyone knows who Kelazhur is. I think it's fairly safe to say, obviously, I play Full Root Gaming here. So, I mean, everyone knows who he is. Most people know who Botvinnik is, not really having as much success or time in the limelight, I suppose, as Kelazhur, but definitely can't count him out in this series. He is definitely a very strong player. TVT is his worst matchup, though, which is a little bit interesting. We'll have to see how he does versus Kelazhur, who has a pretty damn good TVT right now, actually taking out Major in Copa America a couple of times. Kelazhur has been really dominating that recently, or in recent times at least, as he's pretty damn proud of taking down Major. He was number 2 in Latin America for a very long time, so taking that position as number 1, even for a bit, was a huge achievement for him.
Looks like, let's see. Snooze volume needs to be increased. And my webcam is wrong? Thought of it needs to be extended down. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea, man. Looks like we have King Sejong as our first map. So King Sejong Station obviously was reintroduced into the map pool recently by Blizzard, as we are just getting invited now to the first game of this series. But yeah, King Sejong Station recently reintroduced the map pool. Sejong and Frost replacing Prion Terraces and Core Hole Carnage, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, kind of interesting that we are seeing that back again. I really like Sejong, man. It's quite a good map.
I mean, see, you like it, but I prefer Core Hall.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, that's it's fairly subjective. But
No, it's completely subjective. I mean, I enjoyed Core Hall. I thought it was a really fun map. I was a little sad to see it go, but it is what it is.
I mean, me being a Zerg player, Prion was kind of cool. But obviously, out of the map pool now, we have kind of universally okay maps for everyone. I think most people like Frost, most people like King Sejong, so definitely balancing out this map pool. But we are heading into the first game of the series here. Thank you guys for joining us as we head into game one, King Sejong Station of this best of 7 series.
Yeah. Maybe I'm crazy, but is there any way to see how many people are in here?
There is a viewer count down the bottom right of the screen, I believe, on Hitbox. I'm not sure. I think it's there. Yeah, there it is.
I don't see it. Oh no. Wait, on the bottom right?
Yeah, on the bottom right of the stream area.
Oh, I see it. Okay, cool. There it is.
Yeah.
Nailed it. All right. Getting this underway. It's the very first match of this best of 7 show match. In the top left corner, you know him as Botvinnik. Sorry about that. But we know him as the Yellow Terran. Yeah, that was a reach, but it's Botvinnik. Sorry.
For my insanity here is Botvinnik, of course, and spotting down to the bottom right-hand corner, the other player in this TVG series, he is playing for Root Gaming. It is Kelazhur.
So right now,
hidden racks out here actually by Kelazhur. Might be one to go for some early Reapers here. Might be a little bit of a tell hiding that barracks on the right. I'm not sure what other reason he would have for that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, there'd be no other real reason to hide it unless, I mean, it's just a barracks though. Botvinnik should assume that, unless he wants to make, if Kelazhur is gonna try and trick Botvinnik for a second.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Racks on the far side to make him think that there's cheese and then adjust.
Yeah, maybe as well. This SCV is going to come up with the ramp now for Botvinnik. He's going to see the lack of racks. We'll see if he's going to see the barracks on the right. He does just spot it, so not going to get tricked out there. Could be a nice way for Kelazhur to get into Botvinnik's head there, but not going to be the case as the factory will just be started for both players, as well as the second gas here. So I'm definitely expecting the fast starport follow-up here, and we'll have to see where their tech goes from that point.
Absolutely. We do have the factory just about to finish up for either player, and from there, their tech finally splits off. I mean, both players actually, neither of them going for that Reaper, so we did see the double fast factory on both ends, but we do have Hellions actually. Hellion for Kelazhur and Widowmine for Botvinnik, so this is definitely where the stylistic play really comes into position.
Yeah, definitely. Botvinnik getting this early Widowmine, as you mentioned, could be for a little bit of a drop, and Widowmine actually on the way for Kelazhur as well, so we'll have to see what this use is for, obviously. Widowmines are very good for defense as well as going out and harassing with that, but we will have to see what both players use them for, as a medevac is now on the way, as a Viking is on the way for Botvinnik as well, so maybe wanting to take the little bit of defensive position in this series here, defending really any form of drop.
Yeah. Right now we actually, eBay is just getting dropped for Botvinnik, so he's really going to look to get some of his upgrades. And Kelazhur, what's he doing in this comp? I mean, we have one Hellion, second Hellion coming out. We have Widowmine. Oh, it's a Widowmine drop. Ooh,
oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, going for a bit of pressure here is Kelazhur to set the pace of this series, going for this Widowmine Marine drop here. There is a Viking now out here for Botvinnik, a Cyclone as well. So Botvinnik has a very stylistic type play in TVT. He generally goes for that more defensive option here. In this Cyclone and the Viking right now, to defend versus this is pretty much what I expected, to be honest, but this medevac now drops out, Widowmine burrows down. Cyclone is targeting down this medevac, does not quite get it. Widowmine going up from the Viking actually kills it, but Marines will be picked up and get on out there, but Widowmine is still there. Might get another shot off, but we'll have to see if scan does come down for that.
Yeah, it seems like, ooh, the orbital, it's not going to have enough energy for scan anytime soon, but we do have a Raven coming out. So detection is underway. It will be ready in just 10 seconds, 20 seconds, sorry about that. Oh, the Widowmine is very much ready. And
Yeah, Botvinnik very much aware of that, though, did pull that SCV out briefly. As might get the shot off, just get away again, still trying to build his command center. Even with the Widowmine there, but we'll finally get taken down, and nice try, but it will be cleaned up now with this Raven coming out.
Yeah, definitely. Still a decent pick for Kelazhur, delaying that CC build for just a few more seconds while he gets his own, because he's catching up with the economy there. This Cyclone actually doing a really good job at zoning anything out that's going to be coming on the right side. So we're not going to really be expecting any drops from that anytime soon.
Yeah, but this double drop now with the siege tank and a couple Hellions, couple Marines as well is coming out now. The siege tank gets siege on the high ground for Botvinnik, but does get taken down before it can siege. Another one will siege up in this choke area on the high ground, but a couple of good shots down to the low ground here so far. The supply depot is just about being taken down here. It's burning now as a couple Vikings come in to try and kill from the medevacs. And Widowmine nicely at the front actually does take down a Hellion and bruises another one. Scan will come down to clean that up for the Marines, but so far in this game, Kelazhur not really finding the damage that he's wanting from this. Granted, he has his CC up behind it as, well, his opponent is taking the CC now, but very, very even so far.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very back and forth series already on game one. So we do have the double tank with, well, double Viking and a Raven supporting it. Triple Viking, sorry about that. So, I mean, Botvinnik's moving out. He's looking to get a little bit done, at least to dissuade Kelazhur from any sort of aggression.
Yeah.
But right now, I think that their Seeker missile is really going to come in handy with that Raven in just a few seconds.
Yeah, Raven's definitely very strong for offensive capabilities as well. Like you mentioned, Seeker missiles, auto turrets as well. You can a PDD if you want it, but a couple of siege tanks on the low ground here going to siege up onto this mineral line. Not too many SCVs going down so far to just bruise them and force off mining as Vikings come in. Actually will force us away. Point defense drone coming down will be very helpful versus this defense here, and well, it's just going to move out for now, not really finding the damage that he wanted either, realizing, well, he kind of has to move out. But on the other side, Kelazhur is going to move out with a couple of siege tanks in the medevacs here, supported by some Vikings. So, like you mentioned, very back and forth so far here. It is either player trying to find whatever they can for damage.
Yeah, right now, looks like Kelazhur is currently leading in the... Nope. Yep, he is currently leading in... Viking count. And that is definitely going to help him with any sort of air superiority. And so, as a lot of people should... Ooh, a bit of an engage here. But as TVT goes, air control is... It's pretty primo. You kind of need it in order to get those medevac or tank vacs out and about.
Yeah, definitely being very important there is that air control in this matchup, and realizing that Botvinnik just kind of says, hey, I have a ton of Vikings, I've been hiding them at home for a while here, and well, with that drop coming out across the map for Kelazhur with the Vikings, with it, just too many Vikings on the side of Botvinnik, too much to handle, and does pick off pretty much most of the Vikings here for Kelazhur. Does not actually have any Vikings left on the map here, so his medevacs are going to be fairly open to these Vikings of Botvinnik, but trying to find some more damage on the back here. This debris was knocked down here by Kelazhur for him, but scanning onto the high ground realizes there is already a concave there.
Yep, Cyclone in the bottom left corner, harassing the third base for Kelazhur.
Yeah.
And Botvinnik, losing the Cyclone, a little bit unfortunate for him. But right now, it looks like Kelazhur is wanting to at least maintain his position, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. We have 1-1 going down for Kelazhur, as well as just +1 going down for Botvinnik.
Yeah, Botvinnik already has +1 attack, actually. Starting off that one engineering bay, granted here, Kelazhur will have a little bit of a timing where he will have +1 armor over his opponent for a little bit, might be wanting to abuse that a little bit here as well. Supply count is still dead even in this game here, and well, so far definitely very even here. Tanks gonna come drop down here. The tanks are not sieged up for Botvinnik yet here. Marines are funneling through the tanks right now, but so far all the Marines been taken down here on Botvinnik's side. These tanks getting some nice shots, cleaning them up, but still extremely even after that engage here.
Yeah, I mean, this is seriously one of the most back and forth TVTs that you're going to see today. Right now, it looks like the positioning is pretty prime for Botvinnik, actually taking out one of the tanks with his triple tank, but his CC, or orbital command, is getting damaged. One supply depot got taken out. As well as actually these Vikings really doing a good job of zoning. So Botvinnik holds his third, whereas so both players 3 base in it.
Yeah, Vikings for Botvinnik really helping him out there, taking down a siege tank inside the medevac at one point. Really does help him in this matchup defend whatever will come out across the map here. But still, this is actually, right now, Botvinnik taking the lead in this game with supply here. As you mentioned, both players having that third base operational and mining, as a couple extra production facilities come down. +2 is started for both players. Still only that one engineering bay, though, for Botvinnik. Actually did add a second one, just hasn't started his +2 armor yet. But yeah, so far, just a little bit of a lead being pulled ahead for Botvinnik. It's been closed out, though, so far, and very, very even series. This is very back and forth so far.
We do have a single drop for Kelazhur on the far left side of the map, wanting to move and do a bit of damage.
He's not quite seeing it. Does just go past their vision, comes into the main now, onto the production line and into the SCVs right now. Not many SCVs here, but any kill is a kill, I suppose. Getting 3 SCVs so far taken down, as this Viking does come in to clean up the medevac, but losing Vikings here is not what he wants to do here. Oh, wow.
Vikings are gone. There's no more Vikings for Botvinnik right now. Kelazhur had a great pick there. I mean, yeah, the SCVs were pretty okay, but those Vikings, that was definitely the thing he really wanted to get.
Yeah, definitely very important there, as the forces of Kelazhur do just head home yet again here. Not really going to be able to find much damage into this beautiful tank line here. Botvinnik has 10 tanks right now, off of those 2 factories, and this is a pretty healthy tank count here. I don't think many Marines are going to be able to run into this.
Yo, none even a little bit. I mean, the spread is absolutely great for Botvinnik. Really wanting to take that defensive position, and with that said, Kelazhur starting to move on forward. He's gonna end up in this tank line, and he cannot afford that.
Yeah, definitely. The 4CC did just try to move down for Botvinnik, running into a couple Marines, but siege tanks being dropped here on the high ground. These Marines are very open, couple being taken down so far. One tank actually not sieged here yet at all, but so many tanks here defensively for Botvinnik. He actually lifted some off into the main for a second. Not going to matter too much, though, as they are down here now, ready to defend. Kelazhur has pretty much secured this high ground here. Scans coming onto the army to on the scans onto Botvinnik's army as well. And well, so far Kelazhur has the army lead and supply lead here with this 4th base almost done. As he's pretty much just denying Botvinnik's 4th to come down right now, I think is one of the most important parts. But Doom Drop coming out, all these medevacs loaded up.
Oh, this Doom Drop is going to be... It is caught, though. I mean, the Marines did move into position to potentially catch that. With that said, there's an engage. All these tanks are getting thrown down. The Marines having to pull back. Kelazhur not able to get a good engage there. So, I mean, so many Marines did go down for Botvinnik earlier, but Kelazhur, he just got pushed out of position, and Botvinnik is really retaking this map.
Yeah, definitely. Able to secure his 4th base now, but still a little bit behind here. 3-3 is on the way for both players. Pretty much even up, and another engage coming down here actually to try and deny this 4th base from going down, which he definitely needs to do. All the tanks being dropped out right now. Marines moving into this. A lot being taken down, but there are no Marines left to support these tanks. all the Marines getting taken down. Actually, 4th base got sniped there, I believe, as that is kind of important to just target fire that down, I believe, as there are still a lot of tanks here for Kelazhur. More scans coming down onto this army to see what's happening with that, but both players needing to replenish these Marine counts right now, as they can't really fight with only tanks. You need those Marines definitely to help out in the fight, but a lot of medevacs being loaded up here for Botvinnik.
Yeah, Kelazhur also loading up his tanks and the medevacs, and ooh, another doom drop coming onto the right side of the map where Kelazhur is pushing forward. Kelazhur does see it. He's going to try and reposition.
Whoa, dropping all his tanks down here. Picks off a couple of units here for Botvinnik. Botvinnik did not load out all of his units here, but trying this maneuver again right here, going for a bit of the counterattack play, realizing that he cannot secure his 4th in that location here. Definitely the high ground on this map helping out here for a possible positioning here for Botvinnik. Actually, missile turrets into the main here will take out some of the medevacs, but units getting dropped off, most of them for the most part. But all this army, there's so many Marines here, tanks defensively in the main as well, and all these tanks are getting a drop down right now. This is going to be cleaned up.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything got taken out. Kelazhur taking game number 1.
GG there, Kelazhur. In the end, just taking that down, and as well, we're in for a little bit of a treat there with game 1. Very, very close series there. In the end, it's Kelazhur pulling ahead with some good engages, but I definitely do like what Botvinnik was trying to do there. He tried it a couple of times, I believe, when Kelazhur's army was at his 4th, and well, just trying to pick up all his units, go around Kelazhur's army, try and sneak away into maybe a little bit of a base trade scenario. Feeling confident in that situation, I suppose, as well. Botvinnik is no stranger to the base race.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like, yeah, so that was game, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. This is the hosted event by we're hosting it. Hitbox is sponsoring it. We're all good. But we do have Dusk Towers coming up next. We will take a short moment to, after that, give the players a quick 2-minute break and tell you a little bit about Hitbox as we're going into our next matches after that. So,
yeah. We are on the front page of Hitbox right now, guys, so thank you very much for tuning in. We are sitting at around 75 viewers so far and climbing, so thank you guys for joining us. Very much appreciated here. Obviously, thank you to Hitbox for hosting this event and sponsoring it as well. The prize pool, of course, is $50 for 1st place here. All chipped in by Hitbox for the players. So we're just about to head into our next map here.
absolutely. Oops, sorry about that. Totally forgot about my obnoxiously loud keyboard from time to time. Oh yeah, everybody, keep in mind, $50 is on the line for this. This is best of 7 between Botvinnik and Kelazhur, and again, winner takes all. $50 prize pool, US dollars. So, not terrible.
Yeah, definitely. Would not be terrible to have that money in your pocket for playing a match like this. It's not a huge amount of money, but it's money. Either way, winning $50 just for coming out and playing a best of 7 is kind of nice here. So definitely would be nice to play to pick this up. But Dust Towers is just about ready, about to load it up and get into game here. Looks like the players are just about ready. So map 2 here, Dusk Towers in this best of 7, as we are shaping up to have a very good series on our hands so far.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm pretty excited about it. And that said, we are getting into the next match as we speak. But I mean, Kelazhur's TVT, his defending it's looking really strong this series. And I'm wondering what Botvinnik's going to be able to do against it.
Yeah. In this matchup so far, we have seen Botvinnik before go for some sort of mass Reaper play. Not sure we're going to see that in this series. I'm probably expecting it at least once, but we'll have to see here. As speaking of that man, down to the bottom left-hand corner, he's blue Terran, currently 1 game down in the series, needs to pull this back. Playing for my insanity, he is Botvinnik.
And in the top right corner, it's the Root Gaming hero, the red Terran. It's Kelazhur. And right now, Kelazhur, he was thinking about getting his refinery, but realized that was a misclick. So it looks like it's going to be a standard Reaper FE. No, it isn't, because that looks that's reactor positioning for that barracks.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, was considering the gas first here. 4 killers are not going to be the case, though, as yeah, his barracks positioning right now is a little funny. Maybe going for kind of marine into reactor build here that we do sometimes see on Dust Towers is very, very open to the kind of Reaper play that we sometimes do see in this matchup. As well, you're only going to have 1 marine, then your production will be delayed a little bit by that reactor, but we'll have to see though if Botvinnik can abuse that, and we'll have to see what Kelazhur does choose to go for, as it is a Reaper so far. Maybe going to see a reactor follow-up from that, but so far, as you mentioned, it's just shaping up to be the normal kind of standard Reaper FE.
Yeah, definitely surprised that both players are now finally going Reaper. First game, they both opened Marines, so I guess they are shaking it up. I'm going to try and get a little bit of information here. Looks like actually both players wanting to get aggressive with their Reapers, not really any sort of defending in mind. With that said, actually, Kelazhur's Reaper popped out. He did not build the reactor. He just went straight for another Reaper, and now he's looking for proxies.
Yeah, looking around, see if there is anything here. Not really going to find much, though, as he's fairly safe. But, I mean, Kelazhur may be thinking, well, his opponent might be going for some sort of aggressive proxy play, as he did lose that first game. A little bit worried, but maybe a little too cautious. Not really coming into effect in this game so far, but definitely is looking out for that, being very, very wary so far, as an extra barracks is coming down, and that reactor for Kelazhur, as you mentioned, as the factory is started as well.
Oh no! Okay, so Kelazhur, he had his Reaper, is chasing Botvinnik's, and actually Botvinnik's was relatively low until that second Reaper came into play. Kelazhur's had not reached it yet, so Kelazhur lost one of his Reapers, and now it's 2-1. So this is going to be pretty tough defending on Kelazhur's end.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see though, as these 2 Reapers do move in here. Another Reaper about to pop. For Kelazhur, in the end, Botvinnik's Reaper is just deciding to head on out, as well. They've seen pretty much everything they need to. They didn't actually see the second barracks, so might be a little bit of an issue there for him. But did they take out that reactor?
It was never started.
Oh, okay. Right. It is restarting that though, as looking to ramp up his production here. Maybe realizing he needs an extra Reaper, which is fair if you fall behind in that position with the Reapers and you just kind of get overwhelmed. And it is definitely a very bad spot here. But with these 2 barracks out, I'm definitely expecting some sort of pressure to come out of Kelazhur in this game, as well, we generally do see a very style from both players in the TVT matchup. So we'll have to see how that is shaken up in this series.
Yeah, one thing that I do want to note, the difference between these 2 players right now, Botvinnik is actually going for a 1-1-1 build, and Kelazhur doesn't. I mean, he has 2 racks, a factory, to starport, so it's 2-1-1, but it's still 1 more barracks with an extra add-on more than Botvinnik, and that's definitely going to be coming into play. Botvinnik did finish Stim? Double checking? No, he didn't.
I don't think so, yeah.
So no upgrades coming for Botvinnik, whereas Kelazhur, his Stim's just about to finish. He is moving out with 8 Marines in a medevac, gonna try and do a little bit of damage, see what he can get done, but this is gonna get really aggressive from Kelazhur really quick.
Yeah, the double Hellion production out from Botvinnik could be his saving grace here. We'll have to see though, as he is adding on extra add-ons with this barracks so far. That's really all he's using it for, is this defensive Raven does come out again here. But this is a lot of Hellions. I'm wondering what he plans to do with this, as he doesn't really know about this drop yet. He's able to react to it fairly well, as this Viking does now come out.
Yeah, he did see the drop. He did actually jet on out of there. I believe he did lose a Reaper to that drop, but they have 2 Reapers sneaking in on the right side, gonna do a little bit of something, but he does see all these Hellions, and now it's up to Kelazhur to decide what he wants to do exactly with those Hellions.
This is a really cool build out from Botvinnik. I have not seen this in a while. We typically see this in a TVZ type build, but here as well as in TVT. It will be the 3 Hellion at a time production here, getting that blue flame as well. Pre-igniter, I'm not sure exactly. As we don't really see this that often, but this is very cool that we're seeing a very fast blue flame out of him with the double Viking production, as well here as well as the defensive Raven. And going to see some form of blue flame push out of him. I'm also wondering if he wants to transition into mech off of this.
Whoa. Triple barracks drop.
Yeah. A lot of Marines getting roasted in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
By those Hellions, but from now, he's got to be a little bit worried here. Getting his Siege Tanks out, definitely a very good option versus this, but this initial push is coming out here, scanning the third base of Botvinnik, which is considerably ahead of his opponents, but the Vikings and Raven coming in now to try and do some damage to the Medivacs. Marines coming in, doing a little bit of bruising, but scans onto the high ground here. Do see the ton of Hellions here. The tanks are going to be very good against it, but we'll have to see.
Absolutely. Since Blue Flame is done, they're doing quite a bit of damage to the Marines, as we said before, but the Siege Tanks have to move. Yeah, Kelazhur is not able to take that engage, and right now Botvinnik has both air superiority and potentially ground as soon as, or if Kelazhur ended up attacking into that. So, I mean, Kelazhur not looking too great in this match. Botvinnik is really doing well at this mech style by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's definitely doing very nice in this series, or in this game so far. I'm really liking this style out from him. Does get the ton of Hellion kind of Siege Tank Hellion very good against it, but Siege Tank Hellion
absolutely. So Blue Flame is done. They're doing quite a bit of damage to the Marines, as we said before.
Well, we are seeing mech here out from Botvinnik. This is pretty much full-blown mech at this point, getting up to 5 factories, and armory finishing as well is probably going to start +1 attack there for those mechanical units, and we don't really see mech very often, so I'm very excited to see this here in a TVT, as well as we've kind of seen this style before by some players where they go for the kind of mass Hellion siege tank type play, and it's done very good in recent history.
As not a ton of people would know, mech has definitely fallen out of favor in Legacy of the Void, and so there's been an outcry from a lot of the original mech players saying that they need a viable strategy for mech, and right now it's looking like that viable strategy is going to be Hellbats and tanks.
Yeah, looks to be so far. As yeah, like you mentioned, players definitely trying to work out how to play this mech style, but a lot of these Hellbats being loaded up into the Medivacs actually maybe looking to drop it on top of his opponent's forces here, as that will definitely be very strong. A couple of tanks coming into the side here, maybe to siege up into the main, but not going to be the case here as Yami is scanned. We'll just move out for Kelazhur here. The 4th command center is on the way for Botvinnik. Definitely looking to stay ahead in the economy here. Important in this matchup, especially when going for mech. If he can get that economic advantage, he'll be in a very good spot here versus this bio from his opponent.
Absolutely, and it looks like I was going to say Kelazhur was moving forward, but he backed on off. I do want to note, though, at the bottom right bottom middle portion of the map, there's a little nice barracks that's just hanging out for the scout, but lots of sweepers going down, and Botvinnik really trying to get a good position on Kelazhur's army. So here comes the stim.
Oh, tanks are unsieged right now. Actually going to be taken down. In the back still, the Hellbats in the front are roasting the Marines so far, but all these tanks being target fired down here. Even still, Kelazhur's army is kind of disappearing here as the Hellbats were onto those tanks on the left here, and this is going to be cleaned up. Hellbats are very strong units, man. Taking down all those Marines, and even the tanks in the back didn't really matter.
Absolutely, yeah. No, those Hellbats just do a ton of damage. And I mean, Hellbats, they spray in a cone. Hellions only spray in a straight line. So dropping on top of an entire Marine army,
a little nice
with just these hanging out cone attacks of blue flames that are just absolutely sweet. There's tremendous. I mean, it tears by apart.
Yeah, definitely. Kelazhur may be wanting to come in and try and find a little bit of damage again, but not going to find much here as he just sees kind of the fourth base is secure. Fourth base being taken for Kelazhur, as well as both of them are going to start moving into planetary fortresses here. And looks like we're going to have a drawn-out game here from both players as SCVs are being transferred down to this fourth base here for Botvinnik. And I really do like Botvinnik's position in this game here. Granted, Kelazhur is doing a good job of keeping up, but I'm not sure he can engage into this mech army too well.
Ooh, yeah, Kelazhur has just defended a small little, I guess, what is it, 2 medevac for Hellbats?
Hellbats in it.
Harass, yeah, so Kelazhur was able to defend that, but it looks like Kelazhur, oh goodness, Botvinnik doing the same thing on the map as Kelazhur's army moves on out.
Yeah, not going to have much at home to defend this drop here. We have to see how well he does at home, as he knows this push is coming now, has seen it with this Hellbat here, actually. Very nice reaction times from Kelazhur with this drop to come in and defend. It has a couple of units at home as well. Does force the army back, though, from Kelazhur, so that back home as he drops these Hellbats into the mineral line here. Needs 2 shots to kill an SCV here for a blue flame. Hellbat here does pick up a couple of kills so far, and in this game, worker kills is nice. Been finding whatever damage he can find. Whenever he can find it, 16 going down in the end, that will be cleaned up. And actually a move out here, big move out from Botvinnik.
Oh, I mean, both armies looking like they're going to collide right in the middle of the map, so positioning is key here. Tanks are now sieging up to really root down in there.
Yeah, needs those tanks siege. Needs those tanks siege to root up, of course, as you mentioned. Terrible puns, but tanks are going to siege up now. Going to take this position here is Botvinnik fairly confidently, but scanning going down onto the army. We'll see him moving over here to the side, going to re-siege a couple of his tanks, kind of leapfrog them forward, but a little bit of an engage here, actually coming in from a lot of different angles here so far. It's Kelazhur, and both these army are pretty much maxed out right now. 3-3 is just about done for Kelazhur, has +3 attack now, so that could be the go point here. Only +2 attack on this mech army here of Botvinnik, but let's just see here. Heli on the high ground sieging that fourth base up, but not just be cleaned up, as Botvinnik is in a really good spot here, even building missile turrets.
Yeah, I do want to note that these players, well, I mean, we're at a stage in the game right now where mules mean nothing. So it's just going to be scanning all day long and just to get a good idea and position on your opponent. That few Hellbats that are moving forward trying to do some damage to this tank, taking it out. And I mean, what are these upgrades for Botvinnik? I mean, they're looking really good. I mean, with actually only vehicle... No, Botvinnik doesn't have... His vehicle weapons too.
This fourth base comes in here, actually gets sniped by a little counterattack by Kelazhur. It's very, very nice for him picking that off, as his little Bioforce is pretty much taking down whatever it wants here. A lot of Marauders here will help out with that base sniping, of course, as moves into the as well. Might be able to get this going for SUV so far, as I mean, Botvinnik hasn't really done much against this. That's a very nice pickup for Kelazhur. Will be forced to lift off that third CC, sends a little bit of his army home.
Yeah, these are a bunch of unsieged tanks and Hellbats, so Marauders doing a lot of damage to mech, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. It looks like Kelazhur wants to move on forward, break out of that position, and take the high ground.
Yeah, nice kiting so far. He does break into the main, as you mentioned. Here getting more and more SC vehicles, is totaled up to 32 right now, so looking to find some good damage there, as this army will just engage at the front here. No Hellbats here. Where are the Hellbats? It's right now in the middle position of this map.
Yeah,
all the Hellbats did go home, and this will be cleaned up.
Oh no. And this is the big problem when it comes to mech against Bio. I mean, Bio just definitely has the mobility in their favor, whereas mech is very slow moving and very powerful. That said, Kelazhur having to back up from these siege tanks.
Yeah. Kelazhur finding Botvinnik out of position there is definitely what he needed in that series, and well, pulling ahead with the lead right now. 50 army supply lead, has this 5th base floating over now as well. The 4th base just now finishing up again for Botvinnik as well. That was very well played there from Kelazhur to find that much damage, to really pull himself back into this. Not really worried about this mech play right now, as he can pretty much do whatever he wants. Total floating down 32 right now, so looking
it's
to
gonna be
find
how
some
he
good
keeps
damage
this
there.
lead in the game,
Will
and
just engage at the
so
front
much
here.
army supply lead right now.
No Hellbats here. Where are the Hellbats?
Absolutely.
Right
I
now,
mean, with
middle position of this
121
map,
to 65,
Hellbats did go home, and this will be
is
cleaned up.
definitely
And
pulling
this is the
ahead
big
here,
problem
but
when it comes
it's
to
all coming
back
back
against
against
Bio.
Bio.
And
Yes,
Bio
there
just
are
definitely has the
boatload of
mobility
runners and only a handful
in
of
their
Marines.
favor, whereas
So if there's any air switch, then that might be trouble for Kelazhur. But right now, Kelazhur is looking to take that planetary.
Yeah, he's gonna get it too. Nothing in position here. SCVs will back up. There's a few taken down, not too many so far. As scans go down onto this army on the low ground here, not really going to engage into that yet, as Kelazhur doesn't really feel that confident to, but I feel like with a nice concave he might be able to. We'll have to find out though. A couple Marines on the high ground do get taken out by these tanks, trying to be annoying, but with this follow-up here from Kelazhur, another tank plus some more bio, this is a very, very strong position for him. I was thinking about going to the high ground, but looks like he's just going to walk in the front here. Might go for a little bit of an engage here as he's splitting up his forces in. Looks like he's going to go in.
Absolutely, and those engages are pretty intense here. Vikings taking care of everything, and the Marauders underfoot, absolutely taking a really nice victory, tying it up 1-1. Kelazhur, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, Kelazhur actually taking the 2-0 lead in the series so far. He did win that game 1, but
my bad.
Yeah, as you mentioned, just very nice play there to pull himself back into that game, just in the end deciding, well, hey, I have 3-3, I can engage into this army. Feeling very, very confident to do that, and Kelazhur taking the very early lead in this series. Very nice play from so far, and maybe Botvinnik is kind of crumbling under the pressure, man. What can I say? It's not looking good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, we actually are going to get into a quick 5-minute break, so we're going to let the players breathe for a second, because, I mean, those were a few intense matches, and we're going to fix a few things, and then we'll be underway again. So we will see you guys in about 5 minutes.
If the only tool you have is a hammer, then every problem looks like a nail. It's time to start using the right tool for the job. Introducing SC2ReplayStats.com. They have the best replay parser out there with thousands of uploads whose build orders and timings are stored to help you find out how you stack up against others in your division. Or if you're a data nerd like me, analyze your favorite pros games so you can be awesome too. After all, how do you think Crash Course got started? My favorite feature is hands down the Training Center. It's got all the most important statistics like when to get your third, how many drones to make, and even how badly you're missing injects. They explain key focus points individualized to your matches and playstyle that will help you get to that next level. For only $5 a month, SC2 Replay Stats is more than worth it. Go thank them for supporting esports by getting better today.
Hey everybody, this is just wanted to mention that we are going to have a quick tech fixing, I suppose. So as we are away, we're just going to fix a few things for the stream, and then we will be back and ready for you guys in just a little bit. So just excuse the talking.
Yeah. All right, Mike, couple of issues. I need to find out what you've got fixed, what you don't. First of all, Ryan, have you fixed his webcam yet? Okay, hurry, because we're down to 1 minute. Ryan ate up most of the time typing. All right, you got that? Okay, now you got to go to the instant replay script. Right-click the properties. You're gonna have to be in the scene. We'll be right back screen. Sorry, guys. Go there, right-click properties, and turn that volume down. Somehow or another, you turned it up. Right-click picture-in-picture video.
Totaled up to 32 right now, so looking to find some good damage there as this army will just engage at the front here. No Hellbats here. Where are the
All right,
Hellbats?
yeah, and kill the
Right now,
volume. Bring it
middle
all the way
position
to the
of this
left.
map.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Coulter.
Hellbats did go home, and this will be...
Hey, Coulter, did you see Snow's also in the Blue Yeti Club? Why'd you buy a motorcycle? Sorry, guys, I'm talking to Coulter. He's in the chat. He's the guy who was giving me some feedback while I was giving admin. He noticed a lot of these errors. He's the guy who taught me everything I know. That was those were the two main things. If you've got the audio and you've got that, you should be. He said kill the bird on the background. Is there a bird on the background?
Yeah, I got rid of that. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
They
All
were
right.
kind of telling me to pay attention to them, and yeah, half sleeping as well.
Okay, cool. All right, that's it. Good. Players are ready. We'll get started. I'm hopping out of this call. If for any reason your webcam still mess up after I hit leave conversation, just recreate. Thank you, stream, for dealing with me. I am Shaft of Polygon Gaming. If you like this, please follow us on Twitter at PolygonSC2.
So thank you everybody for bearing with us. We are back. We are looking good again. Everything is fixed, so golden. But we are going to be getting the ready process underway. We are going to be at Endion actually, so that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, Ruins of Endion being our next map here. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us here. We are front page of Hitbox right now, so that is very cool. We are just about heading into our next series here, into our next map in the series, rather, as Kelazhur is currently 2-0 up in this series, in a very commanding position for him. So we'll have to see if Botvinnik can pull it back. This guy has proved himself, proved his worth, if you will, in past matches. So we'll see if he can do it again here versus Kelazhur.
Absolutely. I mean, Botvinnik, it just seems it's coming down to a little bit of positioning. I mean, he really tried to overreach on the first match, and he kind of went off to the very right side, and Kelazhur was able to zone him out and take a favorable engagement. And just even in the last match, it was the positioning of the Hellbats. There were none around when the Marauders were just running forward. So
yeah, we're at home to defend that kind of marine, more at a counterattack. So very nice positional play from Kelazhur, picking that up and just kind of forcing his opponent to take unfavorable engagements. As well, that's kind of what Kelazhur is a little bit known for, being very strong in the kind of situational engagements here, very nice decision making. But heading into this next map, you want to get this underway here.
And spawning in the bottom left corner, representing himself only, it's Botvinnik.
And to the bottom right hand corner, he is Root Gaming's Terran player here. In the red trunks, he is 2-0 up in the series so far. It is Kelazhur.
Right now, actually, we do have gas first coming from Kelazhur, so definitely an interesting route to go for this particular bet. Again, no pun intended. We're definitely going to be seeing either very fast, well, actually, we are going to straight up be seeing a very fast factory. From there, it could either go Banshees, it could go super Widowmine production, it could go super tank production. So regardless, it can split off from there. But Botvinnik is actually getting his SCV in, and he'll be able to scout this quite quickly.
Yeah, typically we do see that very fast factory off of a gas first build. Some players use it for just the extra Reaper, as you will have 50 more gas their opponent with this type of build, but he's going to go Marine into Factory here, so will be the very fast tech out of here. And seeing this Factory that fast, not even really needing to click on the gas guys, it is Botvinnik. Realizing he gets the gas first here, we'll see what changes for his build right now. Is just going for that Reaper fast expand, and we'll have to see what his choice of tech will be from here, as definitely Killers are looking to go onto the offensive so far in this game.
Absolutely. Botvinnik running into his SVs, running Kelazhur's real quick, just heading back home. But we do have the Reaper coming across the map for Botvinnik, so he's going to want to try and poke in a little bit, see if he can outmaneuver these Marines up the front. And actually, as I was mentioning earlier, potential Widowmine, very fast Widowmine actually, and that's exactly what we're going to see.
Yeah, looks like it here is probably a very fast Widowmine drop, with that medevac coming as well, so let's see what damage he can find here, denying the Reaper any form of scouting into that main base so far. Has only seen the Factory go up, has not seen much more there. No add-ons yet going on to these barracks, as probably expecting just a couple more Marines and one Widowmine to go into this pretty much inevitable medevac that is going to come out from this, as Subboarders Finish medevac is underway, and well, we are going to see that drop players, the Reaper I believe was taken down here, so no more scouting out from Botvinnik. He'll have no idea that this is going on.
Yep, Tech Lab finishing up in the factory moving on over, so we can only assume that the starport's going to move over to that Tech Lab, and we're going to see that defensive Raven. That's the unit.
Yeah.
But we're probably going to...
Now, as well, this, like you mentioned, Starport is going to go over to the Tech Lab, and the drop will be loaded up here, moving across the map. Obviously, nothing at home here for Kelazhur. Not going to be an issue, though, as his opponent isn't really going for much of a pressure. He's just taking the defensive route in this game, as per usual. Kind of stylistic we're seeing from Botvinnik, but medevac coming in now.
Ooh, looks like Kelazhur is getting a little bit chancy with this. Going Marine against Marine. Very confident in his micro here. Widowmine moving on forward, taking a little bit of that damage, getting up. The Cyclone is out, going to be focusing down that medevac, and that medevac's going down.
Yeah, it goes down. Nice Widowmine shot so far, does pick up only 2 SCVs. But these Marines will be picked off. This Cyclone definitely helping in this engagement. We'll pick that off. Needs a scan, though, to take out this Widowmine. Missile turret might do it as well, but it will probably get another shot down here, as there are not really any scans available. There is one in the natural if he so chooses to use it, but I can expect just his missile turret to finish up, and we'll see from there, as there is a Banshee moving across the map right now for Kelazhur. Viking in the main of Kelazhur as well. We'll find out pretty much every scouting information you need. But this Viking is not at home right now. This Banshee, granted there already is a missile turret in place, but we'll just see how much damage this can get done, as he's kind of sitting in the back of the natural right now. Cloak is not quite ready yet, but even still there is a missile turret here, and one scan available so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to definitely come into play. This Banshee is going to be a little bit hard-pressed as soon as... Oh, there it is. The Viking gets back, is able to see the Banshee, and so Banshee going down. We do have another one on the way, so pretty good pressure from Kelazhur, definitely keeping that very consistent, and he's just macroing up right behind it.
Running right into a missile turret, though. That Banshee did get taken out right away, as Kelazhur isn't stopping this Banshee production, adding on a couple extra barracks right now as well. Cyclone comes into the natural, actually, funnily enough. I'm trying to pick off whatever he can in the natural, not finding much, though. Bit of an interesting play from this Cyclone. I remember at the start of Legacy of the Void, in the beta particularly, people were using the Cyclone for kind of offensive harass like that, just kind of going in and picking up whatever they can, but kind of funny to see it used like that. But yeah, this constant Banshee production has pretty much stopped now. Only just this one out here. We're going to be able to find much more damage, but it's going to go on a little bit of a funny path here over to the third base it is rallied at so far, but love to see how much damage that can get done, as well. Botvinnik so far has defended it very nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely something that we're seeing just absolutely stellar out of Botvinnik, is his consistency with defending and his ability to make sure his opponent gets he reduces the aggression of his opponents and taking minimal losses. So he's been doing really good with that the game.
Yeah, the Banshee is in now, trying to pick off a couple Marines here. No detection so far, as it's just outside of missile turret range. No scans available either, so this is gonna just kind of sit here and be annoying for now, as there is no Raven out to deal with this. Botvinnik feeling fairly confident that he can defend this. Vikings going right on top of the Banshee right now, actually. As well, Supply Depot is going to be taken down here, staying out of missile turret range so far. As well, I guess it's just going to head out now.
Yep, both players are actually, well, they were supply blocked. We do have 4 Vikings here for Kelazhur to the 2 of Botvinnik, so, well, 4 is 2. That said, Vikings are just kind of looking around. They want to definitely pick off as much air support as they can, and actually instead they're just going to head on back. So Botvinnik, he's looking pretty okay right now.
Yeah. Very, very even so far, looking a little bit like game 1 so far. As well, these Marines, I do believe, have +1 attack, so yeah, they do. And pretty much exact same builds as game 1. Kelazhur's double upgrades will be slightly delayed compared to his opponent, but already having that +1 attack so far, not really going to abuse it so far is Botvinnik, but looks like he might go for a little bit of a move out right now, see what he can get done with that current upgrade advantage that he has for the upgrades finish for his opponent here. As Cyclone in the middle of the map on the watchtower does see this coming out.
But Botvinnik's Marines moving forward, they did take out the Cyclone, they did take out the Marine. They were looking good, but Kelazhur has a direct scan on Botvinnik's Marine.
Yeah, knows exactly what is up here, and no upgrades finishing up yet here. Army will just move in here. All the Marines dying for Kelazhur. All these tanks are being jumped on top of right now, and Botvinnik's army is right in the face of Kelazhur, not really having much. 3 tanks on the high ground here is just about it as well. All the Marines are pretty much taken down. Only 6 Marines here as well. SCV pulled down, but they're just kind of going to their deaths at this point. They're both being evacuated. But most of the SCVs are going down from this.
Yeah.
This is a very nice play from Botvinnik that we're seeing.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, those SCVs were going down. However, they were fodder for those tanks, and it definitely worked out. The tanks weren't able to get as much damage in as they probably would have liked. Again, maybe going later into the game, they definitely will, but they are taking the position on the high ground, doing quite a bit of damage here.
Yeah, taking out production facilities right now, jumping right on top of that. As Mr. Toast did take down a couple of medevacs, which is kind of unfortunate. They're not really paying much attention to it, but the sea tanks right now are out of range of this arm. More and more barracks is being taken out here, jumping on top of the production line, and even some Marines into the natural, being a little bit annoying a tank as well. And Botvinnik is just taking this game by the throat, and is really just doing whatever he wants with Kelazhur right now.
Yeah, right now Botvinnik is in a phenomenal position. He has taken out the EVs for Kelazhur. However, the upgrades had already finished, so that's just kind of killing an empty building, pretty much. But Botvinnik having to reposition his tanks because the Vikings are out, and they are out with the vengeance.
Yeah, even still, all the Marines being taken down there. He's got a lot of production facilities, delayed production a lot, and with this reinforcement of Marines going to move in now, and Medevac's going to be forced to pick up the tanks here, getting actually just into the tanks, and GG will be called. Botvinnik will take his first game of this series, going up 1-2 so far.
Absolutely. I mean, that's pretty good that Botvinnik is taking some maps off of Kelazhur, and always good to see a very good back and forth game. But that said, just wanted to quick mention, sorry about that, quickly mention that we are sponsored by Hitbox TV for this event, and we do appreciate everything that they are doing for us on the support side. Also, we are Polygon Gaming, and if you need any more information, or we do have some events coming up. There's going to be another show match. Was it between Hydra and... I honestly keep forgetting the next person. It's so terrible.
Yeah, we'll be Hydra there for that, as one of the players. Will be a Matcherino show match coming up in a couple of weeks, as you mentioned. So
yep,
it'll be fun.
Yep, and so if you want updates for that. Also, we're going to have a 24-hour stream going on. That's going to be the day before the Hitbox match Reno. That's going to be June 17th. But that said, for more information, follow Polygon SE2 on Twitter, as well as Hitbox TV. Just follow the stream if you like it. We do appreciate everybody coming out here, hanging out. So I think that's it from my end.
Yeah, sitting at 100 viewers right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is awesome that we can pull viewers on a Hitbox event here, as Hitbox is kind of a small platform so far. Is definitely growing though. But heading into this next series here, spawning down to the bottom left-hand side of Arena as our next is the blue Terran. Playing for my insanity, he is Botvinnik.
Honestly, I keep forgetting that he's on my insanity because he has no clan tag. I always just completely miss it. But that said, representing Root Gaming on the top left corner, it's the red Terran. Up 2-1 in this series, it's Kelazhur. I mean, Kelazhur is looking pretty strong, but I mean, hey, so is Botvinnik, and just the aggression that Botvinnik was able to bring was just really, really nice and exactly what he needed that last game. But we are going to actually see the double refinery like we did, I want to say last game, if it wasn't 2 games ago.
Yeah, I feel like we've definitely seen this once in the series so far, but I mean, Arena, this is a little bit of a crazy map. We see some weird things on this map. It was Kelazhur's map pick, so that kind of tells me that he wants to go for some form of aggressive strategy here as well. He went for that gas first tier is going to have more gas than his opponent, at least at the start of the game, but the very fast second gas out of Botvinnik as well. Not sure what he's going to do with that. Obviously going for some form of very fast tech as well. Very rare that we see an expansion in the early game on maps such as Arena, and we have seen some crazy builds in past on this map.
Yeah, I mean, Arena definitely has its ups and downs, especially what I want to mention is the middle area of this map. For those of you who do not know, there's a very choke on both ends of that, so it's about 4 spaces long, so that's exactly enough for 1 supply depot, 1 pylon, 1 spine crawler, there we go, 1 for every race. Nailed it. So it's a very, very easy area to plug up, denying any sort of movement going through that very quick area. So forcing the opponent to go all the way around the map, which takes a lot longer. But with that said, both players are actually going for Widowmine drops here.
Yeah, a little bit of a shake-up in the starting of these builds here, but will just end up to be that Widowmine drop, and we'll have to see how well this works, as both starports are pretty much exactly the same time right now. So we'll have to see how this does play out as well. If your medevacs meet kind of in the middle of this airspace here on Arena, it's a kind of awkward situation where, well, you both have Widowmines and Marines on the other side of the map, and you really don't have much at home to defend. So it's a really, really weird situation.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it might be punch for punch as we're getting into this. Actually, it isn't, because Widowmine for Botvinnik taking an aggressive stance, more or less. It's moved up right into the natural for Kelazhur, and actually taking out that Hellion that was about to move across the map. So denying that quick attack.
Yeah, medevac now moving across the map though for Kelazhur, as his Hellion was denied by the Widowmine, as you mentioned, but Marines moving out right now, coming into the back of the middle lane here. Widowmine is burrowing down. No SCVs being pulled so far. Will just take out 1 SCV actually. Not the best targeting there, as the medevac will get out with the siege tank in the back here to defend.
Yeah, but that was really well defended by Botvinnik. Only are minimizing the. Oh yeah, it was. Sorry about that, everyone. It was a Hydroverse cast. That was my mistake earlier, but I mean, moving that SCV into position so the Widowmine would prioritize that Widowmine or the attack.
Yeah.
So,
ooh, target firing with this Widowmine so far is going to get another couple of worker kills, not too much damage so far, but not being cleaned up here actually, as Botvinnik is just moving across the map right now to try and find what he can get done here with these 7 or 8 Marines here, the tank evac as well, but these Vikings, be careful to not lose this tank inside the medevac as well. Another drop into the main here will clean out most of the stuff. Needs to get on a tank as well here. Let's pick up and redrop on top of it, as there's one Viking here, but all these Marines are going to be unloaded. This tank will be unsieged here, trying to get repaired by SCVs. Another nice Widowmine shot coming onto these SCVs, and the army just not in place here. 17 workers going down.
Yeah, the medevac just got dropped, and doesn't look too good for Botvinnik here. He might end up losing this match.
Yeah, this is a bad situation for him to be in. Granted, these Marines are going to be cleaned up right now, but they've done their job, targeting down a couple extra SCVs even, and GG. Kelazhur will take the lead in this series, 3-1.
Yeah, definitely a good showing. We're down to the match point, however, so that's definitely going to be very stressful for Botvinnik. Again, $50 is on the line, folks. This is going to be pretty interesting. We should be taking not a short break, but just a quick breather for the players, just so we can talk a little bit about these players going into this.
Yeah. This has been a pretty good series so far, I must say. Really showcasing a lot of cool strategies in TVT here. Shaking up builds so far in this series quite a bit. We've seen a lot of variety from these players, which I think is very nice to see. Not really sticking to one build here. And I mean, Kelazhur in particular so far has found some nice success with it so far. Botvinnik definitely can pull this back, winning the map 2 games ago. Definitely has the potential to come back in this series. We'll have to see if he does win the next one, though, as he is on match point going into Frozen Temple.
Absolutely. And just a little bit of a background on Botvinnik. He won the Spanish tournament in not
2013, I believe.
Is that it? Yeah, December 2013, which granted him a spot in the Team E-Star, which is today disbanded, unfortunately, but he's definitely, it was a great team for him, really helped him grow, and so he's pretty proud of that. And so just that was a quick word on Botvinnik, because it is a match point. But on Kelazhur's side, I mean, he did beat Major in the 2016 Season 1, which, I mean, that was a pretty good accomplishment right there. Major, as some of you might know, is a really good player. Mexican or German?
He's Mexican. He's pretty much been on top of the Latin America scene for the past few years. He's really been up there the entire time, been playing very well in the past couple of years in particular. But yeah, Kelazhur taking him out was definitely a huge deal for him, as he was pretty much in place for a long time there, finding success. Finally was Kelazhur, as you mentioned, beating Major in that Copa America. But
yeah,
heading into our next map here.
I mean, this next map is going to be Frozen Temple, everybody. So, I mean, there's 3 different areas that you can really go for. There's only the 2 rocks on either side for each player, just for a running position. But otherwise, there's just a low ground area in the middle of the map, and just ramps and ramps and ramps. And so let's get into this game, get the introductions underway. And that said, top left corner, representing my insanity, it's the blue Terran, down 3-1 in this best of 7. It's Botvinnik.
And down to the bottom right-hand corner, he is the Root Gaming Terran player in this series, 3-1 up in the series, currently match point. Looking to close out this series, he is Kelazhur.
I mean, ooh, that was very interesting supply depot positioning for Kelazhur. I mean, right in the middle of where that would be, there's a small area just where he could put down another supply depot if he wishes. So definitely interesting from him, whereas Botvinnik taking the traditional route with the supply depot on the side and then barracks right in the middle.
Yep. Not really typically what we see with these positions on those depots, but shaking it up a little bit as the Frozen Temple allows you to do that kind of place in this spot. It's not too much of a big deal here. Is actually blocking the SUV a little bit with that supply depot. Kind of cute, but factory started right away here for Kelazhur, going for that very fast double gas here. Actually, is getting at the Reaper and the factory out right away, having 150 gas when that Rex finishes. So definitely some very aggressive plays so far from him, as the gas first did come out of Botvinnik, is getting that marine and factory so far. So very fast starports by the looks of it go on the way.
Yeah, I mean, both players mirror building here. This is definitely, I mean, it's very intense for everyone involved, and well, I mean, the players obviously, but Botvinnik really he has to pull something out, just that absolute puts Kelazhur down, and because he needs to break this momentum, he needs to get through this, and I mean, and one more map would definitely help him out there. So
yeah, definitely needs to come up with something here. As I mean, the way he's playing right now, Kelazhur has his number, man. He's completely on top of what what Botvinnik is pulling out in this series, and well, we're seeing Hellions out of Kelazhur so far. Starport going to finish up. We're going to see what he does with this if he decides to go for that medevac. As a couple Reapers, couple Hellions across the map, going for Liberator actually. So this is very aggressive play coming out from Kelazhur, maybe looking to close out this game. Bit of a 1-1-1 Reaper Hellion Liberator here from him. Is definitely a very interesting build. Very aggressive as well, taking the aggressive front in this game. His opponent just trying to expand behind this, see if he can take the economic lead, but we're going to see how well he can defend this pressure.
absolutely, and we do have the aliens coming out, everything moving forward. Kelazhur going for the kill.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, Botvinnik has to defend this hard.
Yeah. Needs something out here to help him. Only one Viking on the way, as no Liberators have joined this yet. There is one moving across the map. Viking follow-up as well from Kelazhur. So one Viking can fight a Liberator. He will hold that off for now, as double marine production is on the way from this reacted barracks here. But I think even more importantly, this Liberator will give him high ground vision right now to move up right now, with these few Reapers and few Hellions Viking coming out as well. Supply Reaper's being lifted up very nicely, as there's nothing really to hit this Viking. He pretty much has free reign over this Liberator so far. Liberator will just head home for his own Viking to come across the map.
Absolutely. Botvinnik taking his natural. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go, since, you know, Kelazhur is right on his doorstep pretty much, and Liberator on the right side going to be coming in just a moment.
Yeah. Liberator now joined by the Viking, of course, will be very helpful versus the Viking of Botvinnik. Has two Vikings out now, actually, so still going to be in an okay position versus that. Come to the main, see what it can find. Meanwhile, the natural is forced to lift up here. Tank actually caught out a little bit on the low ground here. Will move down the rest of his force. He's going to try and fight this army before the tank gets sieged up, but tank is up now. Most of the force is being taken out. A couple good grenades as well. Tank will go down, and this might be a little bit of an overextension from Botvinnik. Liberator in the main as well. Will be taking out whatever SCVs he can. Not pulling out actually a Hellion and Reaper, making it into the main, as the SCVs are forced to fight right now. Kelazhur is looking to strangle this game by the throat right now. It will be cleaned up by the Vikings though, and only one Hellion left will be taken out.
Yeah, Botvinnik not in the greatest position right here, and is really trying to keep this going as much as he can, because he knows this is match point. Yeah, I mean, a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully he can pull it out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see, man. But Kelazhur is taking the lead in this game so far, having a ton of kids over his opponent, killing 16 workers with that push. of course, is very nice here, taking a very commanding lead in that regard. But Natural's down for both players now. Kelazhur is to try and escalate his lead some more, then probably go for a nice timing across the map of some sort, adding a couple extra barracks now as well. Is Kelazhur going to start transitioning into that marine tank medevac Viking type style that we see in TVT? But a little bit of a move out here. No medevacs with this army though. I don't believe you have stim either. No, so. See what damage you can find here against a couple of tanks for Botvinnik.
Yeah, I mean, Botvinnik does have one on the high ground, one on the low ground, but these Vikings, with their air zoning, I mean, they're definitely going to do quite a bit of damage, and the reactors getting added on the starport. Botvinnik just simply does not have enough here.
Yeah, we're going to see how much this can do as well. There are only a few Marines on the ground, though, medevacs for maneuverability for these tanks. Actually, one tank getting forced to unsiege back out of the range, and we're seeing this kind of Heart of the Swarm-esque style leapfrog with these tanks so far. Just getting in range with that next tank, couple Marines here as well, putting some shots onto that tank. One will get taken down here. Marines taking a couple shots as well. With more and more Vikings joining this, I feel like he needs some medevacs right now for maneuverability, but so far just very, very annoying pressure at the front here, and Kelazhur's production is just that much better than his opponents.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, Botvinnik is definitely trying to repair his orbital as much as he can, but this tank siege, it's quite a bit. I mean, he just didn't have the production behind it that he wanted. And Botvinnik, unfortunately, not particularly ready for this timing.
Yeah, running, obviously repairing this CC with the 4 SC. It's a little bit of delayed mining time as well. He's not mining with those workers, so that's kind of an important factor there, as he really needs whatever he can find right now. But actually, Vikings need to take out a couple of Kelazhur, so that is a start in defending this for sure. As Marines move in now to maybe help out against those Vikings, couple of Marines going to their death there. But Kelazhur will just move out. Fairly happy with the lead he's gained in this game so far, with his 3rd CC on the way, as well as a ton of production in his main base, getting stim as well.
Absolutely. I mean, Botvinnik, he does have that natural, relatively all saturated, but as you mentioned before, Kelazhur he pulled ahead so far. I mean, running off of 5 barracks with add-ons on every single one of them. But I mean, the starport looking good with the reactor on it, the 1 factory, and his 3rd actually almost finished. So, I mean, that's definitely a stark difference between these 2 players' current position in the game.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for maybe a little bit of a stim timing here. As well, Kelazhur's stim is finished. He has combat shield on the way as well, so definitely looking to abuse that no stim yet for his opponent Botvinnik, and this may definitely come into it. Scan going on top of the army here. We'll see the setup that Kelazhur does have, but that Botvinnik does have, sorry, but I feel like Kelazhur can just kind of go and take this. He's so far ahead in this game right now, even taking his 3rd right now. I guess granted he doesn't really need to go in, because he does have that 3rd over his opponent. Sees the lack of 3rd from his opponent as well. And well, he's going to try and find a little bit of damage here, actually giving his opponent enough time for his stim to finish, and that might even it up a little bit, but even still, there isn't a lot down here for Botvinnik.
Yeah, Botvinnik really has to get the most prime tank shots that he possibly can get. That's at a small 8 Marine drop in the main, getting cleaned up. So Botvinnik doing a good job at defending that, but those were unnecessary losses, unfortunately, for Botvinnik. Ooh, I mean, tanks moving on forward. Botvinnik scanning the main army for Kelazhur. Kelazhur really gonna be aiming to spread out his tanks, get some minimize the damage that it's gonna be incoming from other tank volleys, but a doom drop for Bot.
Yeah, was thinking of loading up some of those medevacs, a little bit of the same play we saw in game 1 here. A couple of Marines moving in, actually seeing what they can find, but these are forfeit right now, not really much. couple of tanks to get leapfrogged forward right now. Not really in range of the tanks of Botvinnik, as taking out a couple of supply depots so far is kind of okay. Supply blocking his opponent is always nice. A couple more supply depots are being added on right now frantically for Botvinnik to keep his production going, but yeah, he's actually trying this again. Botvinnik going around sort of the same thing he was doing in game 1, or at least trying. Marine for Kelazhur will see it as well, so he'll be very aware of what is happening right now.
Yeah, all he has, he's just stimming on in, and with the units that he has up front, pulling all the rest of his army into the back to defend the Doom drop. But these tanks are just doing so much damage to Botvinnik's production here.
Yeah, and even this drop across the map, there's a lot at home to defend. A ton of Marines here. A couple of tanks as well will be dropping in. Tank on the high ground at home for Kelazhur. This will all be cleaned up here. Pretty well played. Congrats, Kelazhur will take the tournament, or the match, 4-1. So used to saying tournament, this is a show match.
Absolutely. I mean, so that was it. And that was Kelazhur ended up winning $50 from that. So he's going to get paid almost immediately. But we are going to have an interview with him. So stick around. That's coming up. Also, I guess, I don't. Oh yeah, we are Polygon Gaming, and at least Polygon is definitely hosting this. Hitbox is our sponsor for this particular match, and that said, if you want to know a little bit more about what's coming forward, because we do have a handful of events coming up in the next few weeks, such as a 24-hour stream, a Match Reno show match, and all the like. I mean, in-house tournaments, we do plenty of different things. But definitely follow us at Twitch TV or .tv/PolygonSC2 for the 24-hour stream. That's where we're going to be at. We might be here as well, but we're definitely check out the since we're going to be posting on it in a few more days, or more information on us going into these next few weeks, as well as follow the Polygon SC2 Twitter. Definitely going to be really good information for you guys going forth. That said, looks like, yeah, the players will be getting paid pretty much immediately. So thank you for Kelazhur and Botvinnik for coming out here to do this show match.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys to the players, of course, for coming out for this. Had a little bit of production issues in the start, but that was all solved. And thank you guys for joining us in this match, as we are just going to get a winner's interview, hopefully underway soon. So we'll get that underway. Kelazhur in here in just a second.
Absolutely. Thank you again, everybody, for showing up, for hanging out in our chat. And we hope for your continued support.
Yeah.
We're just organizing real quick with Kelazhur to get him into an interview. We're going to have to change up some of the thing is called the portraits. There it is. Nailed it. Actually, we might not have any video, so we're just going to have them in audio. We're going to have to get them in here. And it will be just a few more moments.
Yeah, gonna get him in here soon, hopefully.
Just real quick, quick mention about Hitbox. If you don't already know, they're a pretty good platform for streaming. I mean, they're up and coming, they're brand new. You could do, they're very versatile with their chat system and how you can have everything, as well as a nifty little feature. It's a language filter for finding new streams and new streamers to watch. It's just click what language you want, and you can go from there. And it's just, again, one click away. So that's just a really nice feature. So you don't accidentally say, oh, there's this Platinum Terran, or there's this Masters Terran, or Grandmasters, or it doesn't really matter. But then all of a sudden they're speaking French and you don't know any French. So that's just a really, really cool little thing. Their server maintenance is very, very fast, and so they're able to get everything back up and going, or at least if you have some major issues, you can bring it up to their team. Their team will get it done within a few hours even. So it's really cool from them. A lot of customer support attention that they're paying. And hold on, looks like Kelazhur might not have a mic right now.
Oh boy. Yeah. He got back to the root house a couple of days ago in California, so apparently his cable wasn't really there for his microphone. Hopefully we can get that sorted out and get this interview underway. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be continuing on, as we had previously mentioned. Just stick around for a minute. Yeah, we're figuring everything out with Kelazhur. And I don't think I have a ton else to say. I mean, I was just looking at some of my notes for you guys, and actually it looks like we did get through a little bit of it. Just thing that, I mean, Botvinnik's most proud of, and Kelazhur's most proud of, just accomplishments in StarCraft 2. And Kelazhur definitely emphasizes getting better step by step. I mean, if everybody aspires to be the best, well, what you want to do is, go by steps. So start by being the best in your country, then in your continent, and then move on up from there. And Kelazhur definitely showing us that he can indeed be #1 in Latin America, and this is a really good showing from him.
Yeah. Trying to get this interview underway here. It's trying to figure out the mic situation for Diego right now. Not sure how that's going on, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna actually take a quick few-minute break, get everything underway or all set for you guys for the interview. So thanks for sticking around. Hope to see you there at the interview. And welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that longish break. We were just getting the interviews underway. However, we were not able in contact with the winners. So unfortunately, no interview taking place. However, we do have a fun little event going forward on this, and it's definitely going to be some viewer-based mono battles. I mean, mono battles, as some of you may know, they're going to be, it's each person picks a single unit. It could be any unit, doesn't matter. They build that unit only, nothing more. So definitely a lot of team efforts, and we can definitely, if somebody or if people have Skype or something of that nature, we could definitely get something going on here. And we have Disrespect here in chat. It's definitely available for mono battles, but we could definitely use some other people. As my co-caster should be getting some sleep.
Yeah, I have WCS in what, 5 hours. So I had a nap for like 3 or 4 hours before this. It is currently 6 a.m. In the land of Australia. Got up at like 2 a.m. around that for this. So need a little bit of sleep before we head into WCS. Otherwise, I will be tired. And that's never a good situation.
Absolutely. We do have Disrespect though, so we can be underway as long as we have a few more people. I could solo cast with, yeah, I could do that. Just suggestions being thrown in some of our side chats. But Snow, you should probably get some sleep, so
Yeah.
go do that. Since he's casting the WCS ANZ qualifiers, right?
Correct. Yeah, that will be going on in 5.5 hours now at 12 Australian Eastern Standard Time. So go be sure to check that out. I believe it will be mainstream over at ESL SC2B over at Twitch. Secondary stream, B stream. I'm not sure what the link will be yet, but do stay tuned for that. But thank you very much, guys, for watching the show match. You guys can go ahead and find me over at Sean_Mail on Twitter and over at Twitch at SC2_Snow. And that'll just about be me. So good luck with the rest of the stream. Sorry I have to duck out now. But yeah, thank you very much for having us, Hitbox, as well. And that'll be me.
Yep, absolutely. It was a pleasure. And get some sleep.
Yeah, all right, later, guys.
So moving on forward, though, right now we're going to be probably casting a very small set of matches between Daegor and Disrespect. So I'll be casting with our observer, Too Tall, and he'll be here with me on this one. And let's see, just responding to everybody. Cool, perfect. So, yeah, unfortunately, we don't really have very many people here who want to do the mono battles. Just very, very select few. We only have about 3 people doing it, which unfortunately is not ideal. We do, what, 6 people minimum, I'd say? Any chance I could sit the first one out? First one? What? But we are live again. Thank you, everybody, for joining us as we are finished with the show match, and we are going to be continuing on with our stream, with our broadcast, doing a few more things. Sponsored by Hitbox, really good folks over there. Hitbox is incidentally strictly ran off of HTML5 as opposed to Twitch, which is uses Flash players. So Hitbox a little bit smoother for the general audience. doesn't take as much memory to get through everything. The chat is actually looking nice, and so far I'm really actually liking the memes and everything that you actually can put into chat. So that's always cool. I mean, GIFs and pictures are all available as well for those who do not know. If you did want to participate in any sort of matches, just gotta type it out in chat that you do want to join along, and we can get you into these games into BattleNet as we move on forward. Also, what? Oh. So as my webcam is getting moved around, just wanted to mention that Polygon Gaming is actually going to be not sponsoring, but we're going to be hosting another show match in about 2 weeks. It's going to be between Hydra and Kala, from what I was told. Where is it? I just had it. I promise I was organized at I'll get there eventually. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. One minute. What's going on? Okay. Regardless, though, we are just getting a few things underway. We will be able to do some matches, and from there, we'll probably be ending at some point eventually. Let's see. Again, just scrolling down through some of these chats, wanting to make sure everything is golden. Oh, I might even be looking in the wrong chat. Oh no. Oh, over channel X if you want to compete in the video. Oh yeah. So join into channel Polygon 1 and BattleNet if you want to join our game here. We'll have to postpone the interview for now. We can do it right up. Oh yeah, so by the looks of it, we're actually, since we did have to postpone that interview, we're gonna try to get a paper one, more or less. Postpone the interview for now. We can do a write-up about the event on Team Liquid or Reddit. I will include the winner's interview questions. We'll be in contact with Kelazhur for that. And otherwise, what we might have failed to mention was congratulations to him earlier. Again, though, if you want to join any sort of mono battles or anything of that sort, jump on over to on StarCraft itself, a North American server. You just type /join, /join, then Polygon 1, which is the current channel we are using. If you need help spelling Polygon, it is all over our overlays here, so
we're fixed. We're good. I'm with you now.
Awesome. So Too Tall finally hanging out here with me. How's it going, Too Tall?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Those were some intense matches that we had between Kelazhur and Botvinnik.
Oh, for
what
sure.
What do you think of them?
I personally loved all the Marine Marauder tank play. That was some very lovely stuff to follow and watch. I really did enjoy those games.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was very, very back and forth series, especially in the beginning. Kelazhur, time and time again, he proved that he was the better Terran here, taking the series 4-1, which mean, show matches go. That was relatively quick. So
I agree. I was not prepared for that. I personally thought it would, end in a 4-3. A little bit of a closer game.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Botvinnik take as many games off of Kelazhur as I mean, some people did predict. So again, that's part of the reason why it was so quick. Again, Joe, for those who are watching, go to the Polygon 1 chat in StarCraft itself, North American servers, or region, I should say. So go on over there to join up in any sort of quiz. We can invite you directly. We definitely encourage it.
The mono battle's going.
Yeah, we just need, what is it, 4 more people. Sorry, 3 more people actually, for a minimum mono battle, 3-on-3.
I've actually never played a mono battle, so please educate me.
Yeah, mono battles, they're as I mentioned before, strictly a one person or one unit only matchup, and they. Oh yeah. Sorry, just responding to chat. So you only pick one unit. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you call it out in the beginning of the game to the overall chat, and then you build that only unit. You don't build anything else except that one unit that you called out in the beginning. So it's a big team fight. Lots of potential for stuff, for shenanigans. Lots of fun going into it. We actually are instead going to be casting a short game between Dagor and Disrespect, both Polygon members, Polygon team players, going into this, since unfortunately we don't really have the people for the mono battles currently. Looks like, yep, no, we don't have, we just don't have the availability, unfortunately. So we're going to be getting into that, and that's going to be a lot of fun, just kind of spot casting these. So
Well, it should be a good time. Keep the games going and the StarCraft flowing.
Absolutely. We're just trying to keep this as consistent as we can for you guys. Again, apologies for the delays, for the technical issues that we've been experiencing, but I mean, personally, I think it's okay, since
As do I.
we're here. I mean, we're still doing stuff. We're going to be getting our way. We're actually in lobby currently for Disrespected versus Dagor. It's going to be a TVT again, as we've been bringing TVT to the masses since about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely. Yeah, one thing I do gotta say about Hitbox is their technical support was definitely on top of things today, and I really do appreciate that. I just want to give a big shout out to everyone working at Hitbox who helped us get this stream going today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very quick and well done by Hitbox. So that said, we are hopping into this game. So spawning in the bottom right corner, representing Polygon Gaming, it's the red Terran. It's Dagor XX. Oh, you cut out, dude. Yep. We didn't get the intro. Just try the intro again.
Click that button, there we go. And it's going to the top left-hand side. It's also Polygon Gaming, Disrespect.
Looks like we're having a few mic issues here. Let's just, I guess, finish that out real quick. Spawning to the top left corner, representing Polygon Gaming, it's the blue Terran Disrespect. And that said, actually, both players going for a Reaper FE with a little bit of late conversation in between this. And so we're going to just keep on talking. I guess they do have the time, no micro intensive things, but we do have a very fast 3 racks coming out for Daygor actually. Disrespect, not quite. Oh, there's the factory. Doesn't look like he's really planning on too much aggression here. He wants to go for more of a mid game as opposed to the fast focus. Right now, Disrespect chatting took all of his self-control to not build a marine. Just kind of amusing, and nothing for Disrespect. I mean, not a single unit has been created other than the SCVs. And whereas Daygor, on the other hand, is just filing out those Reapers. I mean, one after the other.
I do gotta say, I love the 3 racks.
Absolutely. Looks like right now Disrespect is taking some damage. Reaper able to do quite a bit, getting off one of the grenades and trying to kite these SCVs. And as I say that, more are just going to be flowing into Disrespect's main. Reaper getting so darn close. Oh my goodness. Rather close for that, but 2 Hellions are out and they're shutting down that Reaper quite quick. It's actually double factory is going to be really, the production is going to be really good for Disrespect. And asking if he got 1 SCV, yes, he did. I mean, there's going to be so many Hellions here, and it's going to have to be crazy micro coming from Daygor here. Whereas, I mean, Disrespect, he does have the double Hellion production. He is getting everything that he really needs to just blow this out of the water. And actually, Hellions do have a little bit more speed than Reapers, if I remember correctly. If not, then it's very similar, if not the same. However, Hellions, the one thing that they do have on these... Sorry, the Reapers have on the Hellions is they do have grenades, and they do have cliff jumping abilities, but as of now, the Reaper aggression was completely stopped, though Daygor is going to continue to make these Reapers, and Hellions for Disrespect just going to flow on by.
The question, do you know, can a Reaper's grenade launch a unit off of a cliff?
No.
No?
You know what? I'm going to take that back. I'm not going to give you a direct answer because I genuinely don't know. I don't think we've seen that scenario enough to, ever find an answer. I guess it would be with Zerglings, you would find that the most. Just because Zerglings specifically, we see them mostly going up against these Reapers and the Reaper grenades, and I believe actually I do take that back. I believe I have seen it, like Pili versus not Jon Snow, but oh goodness, Big Terran, always in the ESL Open tournaments. I'm blanking on his name right now. Really unfortunate. But I know there are a handful of players who, as Terran generally, like to use a lot of grenades.
May have to test that out one day.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking of a Zerg player who gets grenaded from time to time. Sorry about that. I guess I'm thinking backwards today. But real quick, back to the game. Daygor trying to stabilize after the Hellions were running amok. 5, 6 Rack's production of Reapers, and I mean, it looks like it's just going to be Reapers against Hellions. I mean, they're not really playing a mono battle, but they kind of are in a sense. Like, they're doing a one-on-one mono battle. They just, no one called it out in the beginning. So it was just pretty much pick a unit. You'll see it eventually. GG. Unless they did discuss, they might have discussed it before the match. They might not have, but regardless of, thanks everybody for continuing to stick around. Blue Flame really doing a bit of damage, but these Reapers are able to get into the bunkers quick enough so they didn't outright die. And more grenades going off, taking out a few of the Hellions in the process. Reapers trying to get a bit more damage in. Hellions, however, those Blue Flames are just too much for those Hellions to bear, or Reapers to bear, sorry. With some good micro coming out of Daegor there.
Actually funny to see. I don't know who wins this.
Yeah, both players, I mean, surprisingly even though, Daegor really taking some hits and disrespect. He's running off of 3 factory production, and actually I'm surprised that Daegor hasn't made any reactors. He's just been really, okay, he has 1 reactor, and he hasn't really been pushing or delaying his Reapers for those reactors at all. And disrespect is actually, he's coming across the map. He's straight line of Hellions. Lots of Blue Flame gonna be coming out of this. Looks like quite a bit of Hellions actually. In fact, there happens to be exactly 18 Hellions on the field right now. Going down to 17 Hellions against 11 Reapers. And right now, Daegor is really trying his hardest to defend this.
Which, in all fairness, Hellions really can't take bunkers down too quickly.
All right, so we do have 1 Hellion blocking the 3rd expansion for Daegor, and a little bit unfortunate on his end, but Reapers popping on out, trying to throw a few grenades, see if they can do a little bit of damage to an unsuspecting army, and Hellion spread is pretty good, where these Hellions not ready to poke in quite yet, but definitely being annoying is one thing that they're good at. Daegor is still trying to push out as many, not as many Reapers as he can, but he's not making any reactors. Like, continuously pumping out those Reapers where, I mean, he doesn't have a ton of gas, so he's not able to keep up the production as well as his opponent because, well, I mean, Hellions only need, they only need minerals, whereas Reapers need both minerals and gas. It's an attack here. Quite a bit of damage getting done on either side. Reapers doing their best to stay alive. Grenades just doing wonders for this army. And
wow.
Disrespect losing all those Hellions. And right now, Daegor still, he's not going to do anything with those reactors. Again, just very simple reactor, or not reactor, but just Reaper production. No crazy anythings. Daegor actually double expanding behind this, and definitely in the map by storm, I guess you could call it. 2 command centers on the right side doing their thing, but players still just having friendly banter in the chat. Right now, there are 20 Hellions just hanging about the map. Not all of them are in one place or the other. Looks like they're actually both split, with 10 in the 3rd for Daegor and 10 back at home for defending. But Daegor finally able to take that outer position with 2 bunkers and lots of Reapers to back that up. So as Daegor is actually mining out of his main, he really needs to get that expansion going, but isn't really able to. The Hellions are just doing a really good job at preventing this. But again, Disrespect does not see the 4th and 5th for Daegor here, and
He should
actually,
right away.
yeah, he's about to, since he's bringing his CC over to land it exactly where the planetary fortress is, and no luck. But back at home, we do have the 10 Hellions still running amok, doing as much damage as they can. Reapers getting into position to actually not even, they're just going to go away, try and do anything they can with there was a Hellion drop in the main currently, so I mean, both players all around the map, actually, now that I'm saying this. Disrespect fighting in the main of Daegor, as well as keeping the 3rd off of him, and actually Daegor taken off, or able to secure his planetary fortress on the top right side of the map.
Where did all of this? Oh, all of his barracks are flying.
Every barracks is in the air, yes. Another double planetary fortress, I guess you should say, and things are under siege for Daegor, but he is still taking some pretty decent fights there going into this.
I am surprised how well Reapers trade against Blue Flame Hellions.
Yeah. GG getting called Disrespect, conceding to his opponent there, and definitely an interesting small little taste of a mono battle where both players just go at it. But again, typically we do have multiple. It would be like a 6 on, or sorry, not 6 on 6, 4 on 4, 3 on 3. Either of those are generally pretty acceptable. And that is the spirit of mono battles. Again, for those who are joining us, thank you for hanging out. We were doing a small mono battle between Daegor and Disrespect here. It looks like they're just going to be doing a best of 3, so we're going to be getting into this next map pretty soon. They're just figuring out the maps. Do something better for Reapers. Jeez. So yeah, both players trying to put on a quick show for you guys and do a little bit. Also, I did want to mention that for the 24-hour stream, the one that I had mentioned earlier, we're going to be bringing to you some really fun events, and we're going to be doing some viewer oriented things, as well as just arcade games, one-on-one lessons with some master Zerg players. Team fighting, mono battles even we could do, free-for-alls, giveaways, lots of giveaways actually. That's the one big thing is we're gonna have the we're gonna have some sponsors for that and be able to give you guys some things, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, and that's all gonna lead into the
Matcherino show match.
Matcherino, yes sir, the Matcherino show match between Cass and Hydra. Cass or Cass? Not sure.
Cass.
I'm always
Maybe.
bad at that. Well, regardless, we're going to be getting into this next match. It's going to be Reaper vs. Hellion again, from what I read, if that is correct.
That's a best of 3 they're doing?
Yeah, best of 3.
All right.
Whoopsies. Oh, I guess I can't do all chat. That's unfortunate. Unintended Mass Effect. Again, sorry, just joining back in. Looks like Dagor, since I didn't do the introductions, on the bottom left side of the map representing Polygon Gaming, it's the red Terran. It's Dagor XX. And Chuto?
And on the top left-hand side, it is Disrespect.
Oh, okay. Spawning on the top left corner, representing Polygon Gaming, it's the purple Terran. It's Disrespect.
Can you hear me?
I can now. Are you having mic issues?
I believe so, yes.
Mm. And this is why he's our observer.
Behind the scenes.
Absolutely. An expansion going down for Dagor, which is actually a Marine fast expand. Which, I mean, technically, you can't even... Can you even call it a fast expand in Legacy of the Void? Because, I mean, in fairness, it's all fast expanding. Responses from the ideas. Looks like we are just going to be aiming for 1 more hour, I guess, by the looks of it. Just for... I don't know what exactly is going on in that sense. But right now, Dagor just getting his barracks is up, looking to go with that. Actually, both players going Reaper versus Reaper, so it's going to be a battle of the... No, sorry, it's going to be Marine against Reaper, which is really interesting. And Dagor looking to have some good defenses here. Actually, Disrespect, if he breaks down the debris, the natural for Dagor, then he definitely could slide in virtually unnoticed.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't say not completely. It just depends if Dagor really looks at the debris, because not very many people break that down, actually, I've noticed. That said, he's good for it. He's going to try and break that down as fast as he possibly can. Incidentally, is not seen. Oh, yeah, okay. Dagor noticed the rocks getting broken down. He does hear everything pinging away. So, building a bunker just behind the debris, he will be able to defend that relatively easily. So, looking good on his end.
And the rocks are going down about 20 hit points per shot.
I guess to all my mods. Sorry about that, everybody. Again, we are just getting things rather settled here. Looks like Dagor really taking a very super defensive position over there, where he needs to, because he only has Marines here. Stim is almost done, not quite. He has to really hang out until then, so he can take down these Reapers. But one bunker going down, these Reapers are absolutely unrelenting here, backing off to heal up a little bit. And I mean, there has to be a few more bunkers than this if Dagor really expects to be taking down all these Reapers. So
He's got a total of 5 now.
total of 5. Yep. but Stim has finished. All the Marines trying to move on forward, do a little bit of damage to these Reapers, but not too much gets done. I mean, the Reapers do go down, but Daegor trying to hold this together, trying to get out of Disrespect's attacks. I mean, the grenades are just so well done. And Dark and Asinksu? Welcome to the chat, dude. Lots and lots of bunkers here. As we had previously mentioned, it is Marine against. Sure, you win the game. It's Marine against Reaper only. That's what's happening here. It's best of 3 with Disrespect up 1 game. He did win it with a Hellion push only, as that was Hellions against Reapers. So really looking good on that end. Disrespect just kind of waiting it out. He's really macroing up behind everything, getting everything. Actually, reactors on any of his racks, as I'm noticing. I'm not 100% sure the reasoning. So there's that.
Seems both of these guys don't like reactors.
Yeah, definitely. Bunker almost going down. The Marines are moving on over to help support it with a few SCVs pulled to repair it. Looks like Disrespect here is still trying to get a good position, wanting to cancel out that 3rd orbital and really starve out his opponent. Or not. He's going to let his opponent do whatever. These are just some fun matches, so welcome everybody to the stream. We do appreciate everything. Again, we are Polygon Gaming, SE2 community-based team, and definitely like to do a lot of fun things, show matches, in-house tournaments, open tournaments, name it, we'll do it. So, I mean, all those Marines going down for Daegor and Disrespect, really pulling forward with a lot of those Reapers. But yeah, anywho, we do have a 24-hour stream that will be, what is it? It's going to be June 17th. That's going to be a Friday, and we're going to be streaming for 24 hours straight until about, it's going to be like 9 a.m. That Friday, June 17th, till 9 a.m. Saturday, and then there's going to be about a 5-hour, let's say, maybe a good 6-7 hours before the Maturino show match. And the Maturino show match is going to be taking place on Twitch. It's going to be rather fun, $100 minimum crowdfunded event. So we're going to be having that underway. That's in 2 weeks. And actually, it's going to start at exactly the same time as the Kelazhur versus Botvinnik show match that we had today. Some scans do go down, not 100% sure where. Oh, there it is. Right in the natural 3rd area for Daegor, and Disrespect really just trying to gauge exactly what's going on, wanting to make sure that there are no extra bases. He is indeed starving out his opponent like he thinks he is. But the starve out isn't quite there. I mean, lots of deals going down at the 3rd. Disrespect definitely sees this, and he's going to want to try and break this positioning at some point. Reapers going up onto the high ground, throwing their grenades, trying to do a little bit of damage, but unfortunately a lot of Reapers getting caught to to their own grenades, wanting to take out these bunkers as fast as they possibly can, and actually they are doing massive damage. The concave is looking really good for these Reapers here as they continuing to fight, but Disrespect taking the concave back and surrounding these Reapers with the Marines, really taking them out and doing a really good job with that. So Daegor pulling it back. But he's definitely going to have a hard time cracking this planetary fortress. Now that I'm looking at it, he's going to really have to take out everything in the mineral line, and then continue on and really strategically destroy this planetary fortress. It's going to be very difficult for him. Ooh, those grenades can do a lot of damage, especially with the Stim Marine army. Lots of Marines going down. Very, very low health Marines. Stim is no longer available for half of these Marines, and Disrespect is just, he really has to get just a few grenades off, and he can absolutely obliterate this army. And there the grenades are. Most of the army's gone. Only 2 Marines remaining. Disrespect actually taking care of those. So good for him. He is moving forward. Dagor actually double expanding behind this and just gonna expand everything that he can do. He is very, very low on minerals right now, whereas Disrespect is floating almost 3 grand. And we have a continual production of Reapers. Again, no add-ons coming out for Disrespect. 1 factory is down, but that was only so he could get the armory out. So the secondary and tertiary upgrades could be underway for Disrespect's everything. For his army, I guess, that would be... Yes, that's exactly what it is. So moving on forward, again, thank you everybody for joining us. I'm not 100% sure why you're here, but we appreciate it. We feel the love, and we definitely, again, we appreciate every little bit of it. Looks like Dagor here, gonna move on forward, just running just past those grenades, dealing a lot of damage to these Reapers. Grenades are probably gonna be the things that do the most damage. Marines with Stim are significantly better than Reapers, technically. However, Reapers again have that advantage with the grenades and dealing that mass or the area of effect damage. The grenades definitely come in handy when there are absolutely no medevacs in the air. This is a mono battle, ladies and gentlemen. This is a one-on-one mono battle with Marines against Reapers. So thank you everybody for everybody who is here, and right, that said, Dagor trying to pull on back, take minimal loss from these Reapers, and has to get some good positioning here. He's just kind of moving his bio ball about, taking out some of the production, actually stimming forward to get a bit of damage done, taking out a few Reapers in the process, but he is going to move on in, and into this choke. These Reapers actually might have the advantage here. The concave is... The grenades are looking even better. The Reapers taking out everything in sight.
Oh.
Reapers are going to be moving on forward. What was that you told?
Said wow.
Yes.
It's just shocking. Those grenade hits.
Yes, quite shocking. But Disrespect looking to have an aggressive stance of these Reapers, and they are just kind of floating about, so it looks like he's macroing behind all of this as quickly as he can, and Marines taking the flank. No, they're not. Okay, it looked like they were going to take the flank and get this round, but that was not the case. Instead, Reapers going up the ramp, tossing grenades. Disrespect having pretty good timing with that, and unfortunately Dagor is clicking his Marines back into those grenades, or at least thinking that the grenades went off a little bit quicker than they were going to. Dagor just now throwing down more reactors and more barracks, and that said, Disrespect still no add-ons. Again, there has to be a reason for it. I just don't know it. Maybe it's just because he's so darn low on gas. He needs to produce a lot more. But regardless, lots and lots of Reapers here. Planetary Fortress did finish for Dagor's 4th, so he will be able to defend any sort of a bit of aggression coming from his opponent here. However, not all of it. More grenades do go off. This ramp is an uphill battle. literally, and that is an uphill battle that Disrespect's winning, or won. We do have Disrespect floating around with all those Reapers and Daegor trying to rally all these Marines. I mean, he has quite a bit of Marines. The army supply is looking to be 45 to 102, with Daegor having 102 army supplies. So that's actually really, really, really nice for him. I mean, yeah, Disrespect really dealing with about half the army supply, and but still doing a pretty good job at it, stimming forward. Wow, taking a pretty interesting concave. Reapers are going all over these Marines. I mean, the grenades aplenty here, and Daegor's going to try and be pretty defensive with this, as both of these players are going to, they are just planetary fortressing up. I mean, they just have to macro the hurts out, and that's all this really comes down to. I shouldn't say all that comes down to, because there is some micro involved here. Since, you know, mono battles are rather intense, I think it's mostly a bit of macro. And anywho, big engage on the ramp with uphill battle for Disrespect. And these Marines are actually taking out most of the Reapers. Unfortunately, the grenades, again, as we've seen time and time again, the grenades are just too much for the Marines to handle. A little bit of I wouldn't say misclick, because just not paying attention to his army, but Disrespect loses the remainder of his Reapers. He does still have some on the map. Actually, 11 Reapers to 94 Marines.
Wow.
So rather large difference here, but with all of the grenades going off, the planetary fortresses, Daegor is definitely going to need now 72 of his Marines if he's going to want to break this at all. These planetary fortresses do tremendous damage, and it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for Daegor to take down any of these, and I guess same would be said for Disrespect against Daegor, but looks like Disrespect saying this is a surprisingly good game. Daegor actually just taking his 5th base on the right side, not far right, just middle right here, and he is still out-expanded by his opponent here. I mean, Disrespect he's getting 2 more CCs, and it's definitely going to be helping him out as we continue forward. Disrespect actually floating now almost 10 grand of minerals and just 1 grand of gas here, but Disrespect finally getting reactors on all of his barracks. So he will have a momentary pause in production. Army supply is 46 to 140. Daegor looking to max on out and do as much as he can here. Both players is kind of in a minute to, when does the show start?
What was that, Ryan?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted for one of my chats and just kind of left it off. Looks like, where is it? Disrespect, all of his reactors are finally done. So the double production for these Reapers are really going to be underway, and the double production is going to be absolutely intense here. Not everything, unfortunately. It's interesting watching the view count, unlike the mostly static Twitch counter. Yeah, it really is. I do like the hitbox. Very much has an extremely active, dynamic Twitch counter, or not Twitch counter, but Twitch viewer. Darn it, stream viewer. There it is. Nailed it. viewer counter. I mean, it goes up and down as people are jumping on and then heading out to different places or staying. Either way,
Very accurate.
yeah, it's extremely accurate. Whereas as Darka Sinksu had mentioned, Twitch has a very static viewer count, and so you have to refresh the page, and sometimes it's not even accurate, and you just kind of have to. It's a guessing game for the most part. But Daegor really taking a good match here, or a good attack. But I mean, these Reapers are really coming in on him. Planetary Fortress does go down. Some of the production is getting attacked, but these Reapers are just going to continue on doing so much damage. Reapers reigning supreme in that particular fight, and Daegor actually mined out of this gold base here.
And he does not have that big of a bank.
Yeah, Daegor ran out of minerals completely. Running on very, very, very little, whereas Disrespect is he's floating 12k minerals and 1.2 on the gas side, so definitely just taking out everything that he can, and this is actually where we're going to be seeing the match go downhill from here in Disrespect's favor. Because, I mean, losing all those Marines, it was just way too much. Disrespect. I mean, he is 3-3. Well, it's 3-3 against 3-3, but Disrespect actually taking 2 games out of Daegor in these one-on-one mono battles.
It was a very eventful little best of 3.
Yeah, so right now we, yeah, just players are discussing everything in chat. We are going to be ending pretty soon here, so for those of you who were joining us, we do appreciate it. Thank you everybody for coming out. We're Polygon Gaming, and again, we do have some events coming up, one of which is going to be a Matcherino show match between Cuss and Hydra, and it's going to be $100 minimum. It's all going to be crowdfunded though, so definitely going to be interesting. We'll provide more information as the time goes on. That's going to be in about 2 weeks' time. It said follow Polygon at Polygon SC2 on Twitter.
Absolutely.
And that's. I mean, you could do any of our personal stuff. I mean, if you like the casting from the Polygon Invitational, you could always follow me at twitch.tv/Odysseus. Actually, Hitbox TV/Odysseus, as well as Twitter/Odysseus. So same across the board. Well, you know who I am at this point. Whoops, I'm being told to check my Skype, which I was not. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we are going to be ending at about here. So, Too Tall, any last words?
Thank you for joining us. It was a great day of matches and a lot of TVT today. It was wonderful. And you can follow me at Twitter at MC2Tall or Hitbox TV/MC2Tall, and on Twitch TV/MC2Tall.
Absolutely. And just wanted a quick mention, though. The winner from the show match, Kelazhur, I guess he was having some major technical issues after the match. So luckily it didn't happen during, but it was specifically through the software that we were using for our chat and discussions and all that. And I guess there's been a lot of issues there. So he's using his phone. He's really sorry about missing out on the interview itself. But again, we're going to be asking him some questions, and we're going to be posting it on Reddit and Team Liquid as days go on forward. So thank you, everybody, for again. I'm Odysseus. This is Too Tall, and have a good night.